Hey, you're looking to buy a Jeep, but you want to know the features that you need to get? Let's jump right into it. Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to buy a Jeep Wrangler, take it from someone who's purchased a couple of them. Some of the top features that you want to have and some of the things that you can't skip. So this is going to be new or used. I'm going to be talking about the JK or the new JL. You can also apply this to the Gladiator as well. So let's jump right into the video. The first thing I would make sure that I would do is to buy the best infotainment system that you can possibly have. What I mean by that is that the fact that if it's going to be your daily driver, trust me, you're going to want to have the best infotainment system that you can have. Take it from someone who's had, even with the older JKs, I had a more bare, basic infotainment system. It was fine. I know it's a Jeep. It doesn't have to be the most luxurious thing in the world. But if it's gonna be your daily, you do wanna have some of those creature comforts. To be honest, the Jeep Wrangler is not a luxury vehicle. If you're coming from something else and you're looking to buy a Jeep Wrangler, you're gonna be missing some of those features. So one thing that I think that you should option for or try to get is the best infotainment system you can get. So especially inside the new JLs, if you can get the bigger Uconnect screens, I would definitely get it. Speaking of interior options, the one option I think you can live without is the leather seat. The leather seats are cool, but I think the cloth seats do a really good job. JKs, what I did, I got a leather seat cover and that actually worked very well. Inside of the JLs, honestly, I think the cloth seats are great, especially if you're going off-roading, if you're gonna be using it as a daily. I think the cloth seats are actually like pretty comfortable. The leather seats would be cool, but if you are trying to find one, especially if you're trying to find a used one and you can only find one that has the cloth seats, I think the cloth seats are fine. So if you are looking to option out one, or if you're looking and you see one that doesn't have the leather seats, personally, I think it's fine. I think you won't miss it that much at all. It's the 4x4. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jeeps, don't they all have 4x4? Well, technically, yes. For the new JLs and the JTs, the Gladiators, they do. But for the JKs, the older ones, you can actually get a two-wheel drive Jeep Wrangler. How do I know? I did it twice. Both of my JKs were actually two-wheel drive. So this is like the very first iteration of the JKs. You can get a two-wheel drive one. If you're looking at it, honestly don't. If you plan on doing anything with it at all, I would just get the 4x4. It makes sense. And for the new JLs, some of them have a 4-auto feature where it'll basically work like an all-wheel drive system. That's okay if you really want that option for snow. In my opinion, just having standard 4x4 is a good option. If you plan on doing any off-roading, if you want to just take it off on like a weekend trail or just ever want to do anything with it, the normal 4x4 is a good option. You don't need to option out anything else. And especially with the JKs, for sure, make sure you get the 4x4. Also, because the values of them, I know they may be cheaper if you're looking to get into a Jeep Wrangler and like you're looking at the two-wheel drive ones. They are actually a lot cheaper if you can find one, but the resale value on them, they're so bad because no one wants them. So just my opinion, if you are looking to get a Jeep Wrangler, I would not get the Rubicon, the top trim, the most off-road ready vehicle version of the Jeep Wrangler. I would not personally do it. Only because if you are looking to get a Jeep Wrangler and you've never gone off-road, or if you've never even had a Jeep Wrangler, you're gonna be spending a lot of money for a lot of features that you probably will never use. Let me be honest with you. Most people that buy Jeep Wranglers, they may take it off-road twice, 3 times. If you're not taking it off-road a lot, I would not get the Rubicon. You're not gonna need the upgraded axles. You are not gonna need the disconnect sway bars. You are not gonna need any of that stuff or the lockers, trust me. You are just gonna be buying a more expensive Jeep Wrangler, but you will probably never use any of those features. And then when it comes down to lift and wheels, if you can find one, like if you are looking for a used Jeep and it does have a lift on it and it does have aftermarket wheels and tires, I would say be careful, but for sure look up the lift kit that's on the Jeep. I bought a Jeep before that had a lift kit on it that was a really budget lift kit and that thing sucked. And the tires on it were really budget. The whole thing was just a budget setup. So I would be very careful and be kind of weary of it. Just because something is like lifted doesn't mean it's lifted well. Let's just be honest with you. It can really hurt the performance and hurt the way that the vehicle drives. It will make it drive a lot worse than it did from factory. So I would be very careful with that. If you're looking to buy a Jeep Wrangler and you want it to be like your off-road build, Try to find one that's stock. If you're gonna order one, I would definitely order one that's gonna, you know, stock, because you can get the wheels and tires that you want to get aftermarket. But you can find some deals that will be worth it if it does come with the vehicle. But a lot of people, when they have some stuff done to the Jeep, they try to, you know, have a premium on their vehicles. Because trust me, even when I was looking at my JL, looked at another dealership, they had some like, they weren't even that great of lift kits on there and some like wheels and tires. They wanted to add like extra like 10 grand on top of the price of the vehicle for the work that was done. And trust me, that was not 10 grand worth of stuff. Everything that I have to my Jeep Wrangler right now currently was like, definitely wasn't 10 grand worth of work. I would definitely say my Jeep is way better than the vehicles that I was looking at before. And those things didn't even have the upgraded infotainment system. So that's the reason why I say you can definitely like build the Jeep the way that you want it to be. So if someone has, you know, some stuff done to it, cool, maybe, but like I would be very wary about it, because half the time you don't know what they did to it, how they did it. So that goes along with buying any type of vehicle, honestly. Sometimes it's best to just skip if someone did all the work to it, because you don't know what they did to the thing. And finally, the big question, soft top versus hard top, what should you get? If you want to know my thoughts on that, check out this video right here. This is an older video, but this is a video I did when I had my JK. I really dive into the soft top versus hard top debate. So check this video out. See you in the next one. Let's go.